And welcome back to Lavaland FM and Well Done Signed. Welcome to a little segment I like to call On the Lounge. And with me on the lounge today, I have a gentleman who is Mark Cashin from the Aussie band Mark Cashin and the Little Hussies. How you going, Mark?
I'm great, Steve. How are you? Just kicking back on the lounge here. It's quite comfortable, isn't it?
It's great, actually. I've just had it reupholstered and it's quite cosy. Hey, first up, mate, thank you for yourself and the band being a part of Jay's Lavaland for some time. I've had your videos playing and songs playing, and I hope it's helped you out.
Yeah, it has. I've had great response from in global, media, global sort of friends online and networks overseas and all through.
Great.
Hopefully the Hispanic world.
Oh, great stuff. Okay, Mark, tell me, where were you born and raised?
I was born in a little mining town called Aberdare. It's east of the Hunter Valley.
Nice.
It's New South Wales. And grew up there in a sort of a rural town, but my father was originally from Sydney, so we're off to Sydney every weekend. So I grew up in a multicultural type, lots of Spanish and Italians and Greeks, Australians, so it was good.
Sure. And when did you first get into music?
I first got into music, I think, when I see my dad sing. My dad was a singer when I was 5. I went to a function and I turned around and he's up on the stage, and so I thought, I'm going to be that. I'm going to do that.
That's and musically, mate, growing up, who were influences? Musically?
Mate.
I know you must be your dad, must be one.
Yeah. Oh, that's my main answer to every interview I have. But I was a big fan of like a couple of bands of colour and of movement, like the Police, Supertramp. I was also fans of the Van Halen, the Aerosmith, and the Here at Home, the AC/DC, Bon Scott era, stuff like that. But mainly, I like colours in music and sort of lots of bands I could name.
Oh, groups, yes. Yeah.
So many out there that influence one,
And in the early days before the Little Hussies, were you in other bands?
Yeah, I was in a band called Smash Palace before the Little Hussies, but that was a fair while. We actually lost our bass player. We were starting to record. We had an EP. I think you can see it on iTunes there under my catalogue. It's just Smash Palace, the band was called. We started to go okay, but we lost a member, unfortunately, and it sort of disbanded. And then I went on to sing for the Australian Pearl Jam show, because it was good in the wallet and stuff like that. And and got out of that.
Yeah, the tribute shows are pretty good, but you've got to be involved in a good show.
That's it.
There's more to it than playing the music. You've actually got to put on a good show.
Oh, we had a firm manager. Don't worry, we were in trouble if we didn't say the right word or act the right way. Yeah.
So in those early bands, how was it finding gigs? Was it hard back then, or?
Oh, not so much. We were under an agency, so it was pretty good. But in the original world now, we have sort of our management here that sort of takes care of our shows, and as you know, a lot of happens online, and
yes,
and people can hear about you. You don't have to jump up and race off and cover all these towns and spend every investor's money that you've got. And,
exactly.
You can sort of get your music out there with your iTunes, your YouTubes, But in saying that, my strongest thing is a performance side of things. I've always been a live performer, so yeah, I like doing the gigs.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, well, the Little Hussies, how do you guys get together?
Oh, well, I first done Bed of Light, my first album. It's the red one, and just Mark Cashin, sort of solos. I wrote the foundations. After that, I guess I had to realise I had to put a band together. So in doing so, we've defined it down to the people we need in it now. After the trial and error, you put people in and everything goes okay, but things change, and you think, oh, well, I have to let you go and put some people in that really know what's going on here.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and I'm fortunate to have another Cashin in the band on drums.
Yes, I was just getting to that. You've got yourself on lead vocals. You've got Dave Hess on guitar, Matty Satin on guitar, Dave Henschel on bass guitar, and Cohen Cashin. I was going to say a relation of yours.
Yeah, it's my son. Being a wild rocker, I was early in the breeding process. Yeah, but I'm glad I had him, mate. He's an incredible drummer. He's actually in the Australian Institute of Music, and he's to watch. He's like watching, I guess, Virgil Donati cross Thomas Lang or something like that. He's a very, very big on the exhibition side of drumming, but four on the floor when he does our thing or whatever. It's a quiet, you know. He's like watching Stuart Copeland or something, you know, a young Stuart Copeland, but just perpetual motion, you know.
Yeah. Friends of mine in Akadaka, he actually put their son, his son behind drums, and he's now graduated from drums onto, he's playing Angus Young, so he's doing the field, mate, I'll tell you. Well, time for a bit of music, Mark.
Not a problem, Steve. Let's hear some.
Let's hear from Mark Cashin and the Little Hussies. This is Hollywood. Hollywood by Mark Cashin and the Little Hussies. Tell us a little bit about Hollywood, Mark. What's the
I
song
guess
about?
Hollywood kind of wrote itself. We had ourselves a little tour set up for the West Hollywood, the Sunset Strip and all that, a few clubs that you had heard of, the Cat Club, the Key Club, the Whiskey Go-Go and stuff like that, as our songs were becoming popular over on the west side. And that was on the first album. We were going to go over there, have a little meet and greet, have a, how you all going, and we were going to have to chat to some people. And I guess Hollywood was sort of, I wasn't allowed in. I wasn't allowed into America. I've never been to jail. My crimes were very minimal. I am in the rock industry. There is that flavour of that green weed scent that gets around sometimes,
Exactly right. Exactly right. I know drug testing at work now. They say, have you had any drugs? I say, I'm in a rock band. What would I do with drugs?
Yeah, exactly.
It always gives them a laugh. But 2010.
I was just unfortunate. They refused my visa at the consulate. So, I do a lot of sort of offshore interviewing and not much performing over in the US. So I'm very, very frustrated at that. But hopefully I can get over there soon with the right situation. We had to pull the tour down. It cost us lots of money.
I reckon it would have, yes.
Yeah.
2010,
anyway.
Mark, you brought out your album, Cashology.
Yeah.
It was a new decade, a new sound, a new album. And the band has been described as a fresh, high-energy rock act. That's something I'd like to see. I'd like to see you guys one day.
It's a shame you're not in Tamworth this next weekend. We're conquering the town. Yeah, we're going to conquer the town.
So 2010, as I say, Cashology come out, which Hollywood is one of the singles off that album. And then now you've gone out on your own little side project with a compilation album, I Sound Volume 1. How'd that come about, Mark?
Well, it came about through, I guess, twiddling my thumbs too much, and the record sort of CEO said to me, come on, you've got to get the band back together, so while you're hanging around doing that and finishing the third album, how about doing this? And I went, oh, wow, I thought, yeah, okay. I sort of just, I found myself writing songs for women and, sort of heartfelt ballads for delivering these songs through other people. Then I had four of friends, Brenton Williams, Dave Hess, the guitarist from the Hussies, Jake Kassar, and Brenton Williams. No, I said him, didn't I? Yeah. Sorry. the Brett Cooper, Mac and Byron Boone, that's what I missed out. Yeah, they've done their own songs, and me and Paul Grills sort of had written one a few years ago. He's from a cover band that jumps around New South Wales and stuff. And we're in an original band when we were younger. So I wrote 6 songs for other people to perform, I guess. And there was one there, the band called Smash Palace. I kicked it back as a Reconcile, it's called. And it was something I had to do, and I guess just to stop me being too bored, to fill in time while I was awaiting the roll-up, the right guitarist. Dave Hess actually moved up to New South Wales from Melbourne. So, it was a matter of getting the band solid at once again and sort of moving into it, as in a new light.
Of course. So, well, you got some names. I can't say I know a lot of these names that you have on the album, but I suppose being
they're pretty green. Some of them, they're green in the sense of I thought, I'll try and get a few people that are good performers out there, and we're not all given a great chance by the big labels, everyone. So I thought I'd get a few people out. I believe a few of these people can really be, something that the world would enjoy. So I thought, gather the right people together and get them to sing these songs, and a couple of their own. Yeah,
I suppose being a writer too, you sometimes write songs and think, maybe that's better for a female vocalist.
Exactly. I went through a stage. I had 3 people, and they were on the album. They dropped off the album. All of myself, I find myself going, oh, wow, I'm going to have to continue this thing. I've got to get other artists, and it become a bit of a pain in the proverbial, but eventually we got through it, and it's acoustic-y vibe, you know what I mean, with a little bit of backing, sampling here and there, you know. It's basically a platform album.
Well, looking at it, Mark, you've got a good mix of talent there anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I wonder if there'll be a volume 2 now. You know, I don't know.
Well, the album is available on iTunes. If you go to itunes.apple.com.au and look up Mark Cashin's I Sound Volume 1, and you can download it from there. We're going to have a listen to a song now that you did with Tiana Lockwood. The song is called Maybe.
It's a secret wish of mine to have you with me all the time. Whisper little words like I need you. It is so bright, like a shining neon light. But you didn't have to go run away from me, baby. All you had to do was talk to me, tell me your blues, tell me your blues, tell me your blues. Just about the truth and never meant to use it anytime. It just happened that way, like another sunny day, but that's alright. It's a shame you're there alone, like a treasure wrapped in gold. So cold to touch, so hard to talk to. The friction from your friends didn't help as much at all. But you didn't have to go run away from me, baby. All you had to do was talk to me, tell me your blues, tell me your blues, tell me your blues. Just about the truth, another man to use it anytime. It just happened that way, like another sunny day, that's alright. Just about the truth, I never meant to use it anytime. It just happened that way, like another sunny day, but that's alright. But you didn't have to go run away from me, baby. All you had to do was talk to me and tell me your blues, tell me your blues, tell me your blues, tell me your blues, tell me your blues.
Broadcasting live from down under Australia. It's not a kangaroo or koala. It's Lava Lounge FM with your host, Steve Porter.
Welcome back, everybody. That was Maybe from Mark Cashin's project I Sound Volume 1, which is available through iTunes. Now, upcoming gigs, mate, for the Hussies. You've got one coming up in Tamworth.
Yeah, we're off to the Tamworth Showgrounds to bash it into the people of Tamworth, I guess you can say. Yeah, we'll be up there for an hour and a half on the 20th of July. I think tickets are on sale now and all that stuff.
Aussie Speed Fest.
Yeah, it's got cars and I don't know what it is. I know it's Bigger Auto Expo or something. Yeah, so Speed Fest kind of thing, a car cross rock event. Yep. Yeah, so
mate, well,
it's interesting.
I hope everyone gets to that one for you and makes it a great night.
Yeah,
Mark, thank you very much for joining me on the lounge.
Thank you very much for having me, Steve Porter. It's been great to talk to you.
Thanks, mate. I've got one last question for you. If you walked away from the music industry today, what's one bit of advice you would give an upcoming unsigned artist?
Probably stay unsigned and pick the company that you want to work with and attack them and show them why you should be on their roster.
That's a great outlook.
Which means get up and get into it. Keep on going, never give in, no matter what.
Well, Mark Cashin, thank you very much again. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more of you on Jade's Lava Lounge and on Lava Lounge FM. So yeah, thanks for joining us.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Steve. Thanks very much for having me, mate.
And we'll leave you tonight with another song from 2010's Cashology. This is California.
All the way to California, where the city meets the sky, and all the highways are all worn out from yesterday, just like you and I. The angels fly in California, you can't see them in the sky, all torn and twisted down from the endless night before. Some leave without a smile, and as you sit in New York City, nice and warm beside the fire, even though that you're 10,000 miles away, honey, please promise not to cry. Torturous motion and the things that you clung to have been gone so long. You messed about, you got him out, don't say I didn't warn you. That's California. All the way to California, where the city meets the sky, and all the highways are all one.